Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the Dragon Isles, and more specifically, how do you get to them? How are we going to get to the Dragon Isles from Stormwind, from Orgrimmar? And in this video we're going to talk about all of that, all of the new updates and additions to Stormwind and Orgrimmar for Dragonflight and all that good stuff. But before we jump into all of that, guys, just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, Dragonflight Beta, Wrath of the Lich King Classic, any sort of World of Warcraft, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM. Every single day. Right, so yes, in this video we are going to talk about how to get to the Dragon Isles. Not like a guide like, oh, you go to this point and this is how you do it, but we're going to talk about kind of like, is there an intro scenario? Is there portals? How does it all work? What level are you going to go there? Like things like that. And the updates to the cities, because there are some very minor updates that have come along with Dragonflight in relation to traveling to the Dragon Isles. Now, unfortunately, the stables in Orgrimmar and Stormwind are unchanged, so that doesn't look like it's a Dragonflight feature. So it looks like it is something that's going to come way later potentially. I did actually think that these were potentially going to be something to do with Dragonflight, but it turns out they're not, at least not in 10.0, so we'll have to keep an eye on that for sure, but the stables are not related to getting to or from the Dragon Isles. Another elephant in the room probably worth mentioning is, where is the Dragon Isles? So currently on the map, on the beta as of this build, it is not on the map, but it is going to be in the top right hand corner of the map, above the Isle of Quel'Danas and right of Northrend. This was shown on the travel map when you do travel to the Dragon Isles. As I mentioned, the island is not there specifically, but the arrow does point to that area, so probably in the next couple builds are going to be looking at the Dragon Isles being added to the map, but as of the recording of this video, it is not featured. So we're going to cut this video into two bits. We're going to look at the Alliance side, and then we're going to look at the Horde side. So let's jump in first by taking a look at the Alliance and the updates to Stormwind for Dragonflight. Okay, so this is Stormwind Harbor, as you know, and this is the docks to Borealis, as you know, and that's the boat to Borealis. Now, what they're doing is, to be honest, a bit silly. They're actually doing the boat from the same dock as Borealis, and weirdly enough, they're using the same boat. And I believe in the quest text, it does mention that it's an old Coltiran boat as well, so I presume that that is not, placeholder or whatever. It looks like that is actually something that is going to happen. Now, the difference is, as you just saw with the Coltiris boat, it comes in from the right, and the boat to the Dragon Isles comes in from the left. Now, around this area is still your Darnassus refugees and the portal to Darnassus, but you also have artisans, people from the Artisans Guild, the kind of profession people, and the Dragon Scale Expedition. Now, there's a few of these hanging around, all kind of like using some of the new customization options, kind of chatting and whatnot, just kind of like, you know, standing around, getting ready to head over on an expedition to the Dragon Isles. You can see there's a brave researcher, expedition trainees, and it is quite cool. It is pretty an interesting area because it makes it feel a bit more alive, a bit more fun, and yeah, pretty interesting. But I believe they did hint at adding a new dock for the Dragon Isles, but it doesn't look like that is the case right now, and we are in beta, so presumably that is not something that is on the cards, but it does look like this is going to be kind of where you do it. Now, the starting intro quest just takes you around Stormwind. You speak to various people and all that kind of stuff, recruit people and do a bit of story stuff here and there, and then get to the docks and head to the Dragon Isles. Now, as of this build, as of this beta, it doesn't look like there is an intro scenario at all. No intro scenario, no big epic battle, nothing like that. Now, there is a chance there is something that might happen on the boat as you go over there, but as of this beta build, that is not something that is included, and it looks like we're just going to get on the boat and go on our merry way, similar to like Wrath of the Lich King, for example, which, to be honest, I don't have that much of a problem with. This is not so much of a big war expansion or anything like that. This is more of just an adventure and whatever, so I think that's fine. Now, here is the boat. This is the boat to the Dragon Isles pulling in here. The dockmaster has not been updated. I believe he still says that the boat only goes to Borealis Harbor, but as you can see, people are going to jump on it now. Now, this boat is called the Rugged Dragon Scale, and what happens is the captain of the boat will shout out that the Dragon Isles boat is here, and when the Coltiris boat turns up, I believe the dockmaster will shout saying the Coltiris boat is here. So that's really the kind of big difference here. Now, it doesn't really make it very obvious because there is also Coltirans on the boat, making it sail and things like that, but there is some adventurers on the boat as well, kind of doing stuff. This guy's looking out. The people are getting on the boat. I love this kind of like, yeah, this is just so cool. Like, everyone's just kind of getting on the boat, ready for an adventure over to the Dragon Isles. And you can see this kind of feels alive, you know? It feels really nice and really cool. People just sitting down, having dinner. There's a vendor in here that sells drinks. And the use of allied races as well is really cool. So you'll see a couple allied races just kind of hanging around, as you can see in Void Elf there. and whatnot, which is really cool. Some Dark Iron Dwarves, some Mecha Gnomes, and that's something you'll see in the Dragon Isles a lot as well. The Dragon Scale Expedition is a group of characters and things that are actually, you know, allied races and normal races and things, which is really cool to see kind of that happening in the outside world. Well, there you go. Look, that's going to be confusing as hell for players. Amazing. There you go. So there's a little bit of RP as well that happens on the boat as you're traveling, and you're going to be heading out of Stormwind here. You're going to be heading to the northeast of Azeroth very shortly, and you can see there's some game objects kind of missing, but here is the travel map, as mentioned, showing you where the Dragon Isles is going to be in the top right of the map. Again, not there yet, but it will be, no doubt, when they do the updates to the map in a future build, and then you turn up at the Dragon Isles, which is really cool, and you're going to be rolling into the Waking Shore. As you can see, this character does have the quest to head to the Dragon Isles, but this is the kind of area that you're going to be landing in, the top right of the Waking Shore, which actually is going to be the same area for the Horde as well, or a very similar area, because the Dragon Scale Expedition is a combination of the Reliquary and the Explorers League, and is for the Alliance and Horde, so they are together there. So yeah, the boat is going to come in, you're going to get some cool little views, as mentioned, you know, it's kind of like Wrath Lich King vibes, but not quite as good. You know, with Wrath Lich King, you had that epic, you know, especially going into Howling Fjord, for example, as the Alliance. You had that epic thing, you know, the big kind of cave and things with the boats on fire and whatnot. This is still pretty cool, obviously, coming in and seeing these cool views, but, you know, with dragons flying everywhere and whatnot. But as you can see, we're just going to roll in right now into the Waking Shore and continue or start our adventure in the Dragon Isles, and that's the Alliance kind of intro as such. They're also adding a portal to Valdrakken to the portal room with kind of the Valdrakken artwork and things like that, which is really cool looking. So yeah, that's going to be added in a later build, of course, and no doubt that will unlock, you know, as you get to Valdrakken during the story. But as we pull up to the Waking Shore here, you're going to see the boat doesn't actually reach the dock, but I believe a bit of wood comes out and everyone runs out. Everyone runs off the boat, including Toddy Whiskers, who is one of the new kind of main characters of the Dragon Scale Expedition. Really cool, really fun, like, you know, good bit of RP of them running into the Dragon Isles and whatnot. So that's the Alliance side. Let's go take a look at the updates to the Horde side and what they have and how they get to the Dragon Isles. Okay, so this is the Horde side of things. Now, the Horde will be getting a Zeppelin to the Dragon Isles. No boats, no confusing docks or anything like that. Now, the Zeppelin port for the Dragon Isles is actually out the front of Orgrimmar here. Now, this is not a new building. This is a building that is currently there in retail, but they have changed it into a Zeppelin dock, which it wasn't previously. It was just a defense tower of such. I believe it was there from the Siege of Orgrimmar or something like that, but this is now a Zeppelin tower. Not sure if this Zeppelin tower specifically is a new model, but this is now where you're going to be heading to the Dragon Isles. Now, very similar to the Alliance, there is an intro quest that takes you all around Orgrimmar recruiting people. It's pretty much a carbon copy of the Alliance version of the quest, just the Horde version, of course. But yeah, that is the quest that the Horde are going to be doing. Very, very short, and just kind of gets you to that point of taking you to the Zeppelin Tower to head to the Dragon Isles. Now, let's take a look at the Zeppelin Tower, who's hanging around, what's going on. As mentioned, not as confusing as the Alliance. Very, very simple, just a new tower to head off. Now, a lot of rugged artisans, very similar to the Alliance again. You have a few people that you don't have, like this guy will tell you a little bit about the Artisans Consortium. It's going to tell you a little bit about that, a little bit of info about that, which is really cool. There is an old quest here hanging about from Commander Thorak. I guess he was here before, but they're just keeping him there. Got some brave researchers here as well. Very similar to the Alliance, how they're using some of those allied race models, which were added in Battle for Azeroth. But as we head up the tower, you're going to see there's a few more people around, and a few more people waiting for the Zeppelin. If you've been on beta, you know that the Horde are very dominant on the beta right now. A lot of people playing Horde, just like in Retail WoW. But as you can see, the Zeppelin's rocking up. Now, this is a new Zeppelin model, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I believe it's a new Zeppelin model, which has been kind of... It's exactly the same as the old one, just like higher res or whatever they're using. But as you can see, we're all heading on to the Zeppelin here. You've got some NPCs, you've got the Cataloger, you've got some Zeppelin Master who's going to tell you a bit about, you know, the Zeppelin and whatnot. As you can see, people getting onto the Zeppelin. So let's have a look around the Zeppelin and what is featured. So you have some Dracthyr. Now, there wasn't really any Dracthyr on the Alliance boat. There was a few, but not many. You have some of the Blood Elves using some of those new customization options, which is really cool. As mentioned, some Dracthyr as well, looking really good. And some of the kind of characters that we're going to be going to the Dragon Isles with as such. But it is a pretty big Zeppelin. You know, the Horde Zeppelins, especially the new ones, are pretty large and they've got a lot going on for them. Let's see if we can get to the upper deck of this before it leaves. and see what is going on up here. So as you can see, there's a few more NPCs. You got pretty much, you know, similar sort of NPCs looking through spyglasses and things like that. Some people from the Defiant Dragon Scale doing some RP. This guy that looks awesome in this set, that looks really cool, with a little kite, a little dragon kite ready for the Dragon Isles. But yeah, featuring a lot of allied races as such as well, which is really cool, with a little cannon there. You have a Zandalari troll, you have this guy selling refreshments you can buy on your journey. Very great. And even a panda. How about that? A panda and a High Mountain Tauren hanging out. But as we continue on, we're going to be heading out of Durotar here to head to the kind of northeast of Northrend, similar to the Alliance, as you can see. Now, the point on the map is actually different to the Alliance, which is really weird. I don't know if that's just placeholder or whatever, but you do pretty much go to the same area. But as you can see, we're going to fly past the Broken Isles and whatnot and head into the Dragon Isles over to the Waking Shore as we go. This is really cool, though. Really fun. I actually prefer the Alliance one. I'm a bit of an Alliance mark anyway, but, you know, I prefer kind of boats and whatnot to flying in. I feel like it's more aesthetically pleasing. But if this is your thing, and obviously if you're Horde, this is how you're going to be traveling there with the Dragon Scale Expedition, as mentioned, which is a kind of Horde and Alliance faction that go together. But it is really cool. You can go down the stairs here. Some more RP happening as you fly in, of the NPCs kind of seeing the Dragon Isles for the first time as well, which is really fun. And a lot of players down here waiting. It is funny, actually, when you wait at the docks for the first time, it says, like, oh, speak to the people here, make some friends and whatnot, which is kind of fun. Some RP going on, a lot of voice acting as well, which you're going to be seeing a lot of in the Dragon Isles. Now, just like the Alliance, there is going to be a portal to Val Draken. That is going to be in the Orgrimmar portal room, of course. As you can see, look, the boat. The boat's leaving, the Alliance boat. That's really cool. But yeah, the portal room is going to feature a portal to Val Draken, which no doubt will be unlocked through the campaign, which is like one of the last zones in Thaldraszus here. And this is the city of Val Draken. There you go, little look at that. We're rolling in. So the Alliance actually start over there, and the Horde start here, but the quests are pretty much identical, and you will be just questing in a similar sort of area. The Zeppelin comes all the way down to the dock here, and the NPCs will leave the Zeppelin, similar to how they did for the Alliance. Off they go on their adventure, and that will open up some of your first quests that are going to be available for the Horde, which, as mentioned, are basically exactly the same as the Alliance. So really cool there, really fun. I said no big intro scenario, it looks like at the moment, but that could change, but I'm actually okay with not having one, to be honest. I think these journeys are really fun and really cool. So, guys, that's pretty much it. That is the kind of journey to the Dragon Isles as Alliance and Horde. Let me know what you think of this. How do you feel about no intro scenario for Dragonflight? Again, could be something that changes, but I'm pretty certain that we're not going to get one, and I'm completely fine with that, to be honest. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. And if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members. And as I said, I'm now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming World of Warcraft, Dragonflight Beta, we're there every single day on the beta. Wrath of the King Classic, of course, launching soon as well. So if you want to check me out on Twitch, guys, twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.